Any remaining comments for us tonight?
Do you want them in groups of 10 or in alphabetical order? No, I've got just a few comments. I'd really like to see that roundabout where people don't understand it and they don't yield and the Home Depot trucks drive through, because it sounds like a really poorly designed one, because everyone that I've been involved with doesn't suffer from those issues. So I would echo that there are badly designed roundabouts, and that sounds like a terrifically bad design. And but similarly, there's really terribly designed traffic signals, and somehow they're okay everywhere else. So I'd be careful to, if there is a really bad designed roundabout on the university, to use that as a reason not to build roundabouts anywhere, because there's thousands of excellently designed roundabouts elsewhere in the country. And but also suggest that other universities in Michigan are considering actually putting in roundabouts, like Central Michigan University. That's part of their master plan. So, again, maybe they don't work on that campus, and if that context is like that, then don't do them there. Roundabouts need to be tested. They need to be in the right places. And we do a lot of work in New Jersey, and we're removing those traffic circles. They are dangerous. They are wrong-headed. In one case, we're replacing it with a roundabout. And I'll just, with the closing thoughts, is that you really should take the advice of all the proponents and the opponents, and actually go out and check out some of these things, because and make up your own mind, and just Google it and explore a little bit, and then decide. And personally, I question them when, as a traffic engineer, getting trained in the 80s and learning my craft in the 90s. We weren't doing them, and so when they came out, I was very skeptical, and it took a lot of convincing for me to even entertain the idea. But after you get involved in a little while, the patterns become compelling. There's always the exceptions, but the patterns are there, the outcomes are there, the stats are there, and to have the U.S. DOT and all the different DOTs embracing them so highly, like Michigan DOT, like they're a conservative group, I would suggest. The Virginia DOT, unbelievably conservative. We were suggesting roundabouts at Highway 15 and 50 for a long time, and they opposed it. Eventually, through political and neighborhood pressure, they got built. And today, the Virginia DOT are some of the biggest proponents of roundabouts anywhere, and they're building them all over. Their issues with them, because they weren't familiar with them, all vanished. And so anyway, you're going to get lots of stories on both sides. You're going to hear conflicting opinions on both sides. You've heard my view. You can Google and find out other people's views. And I think at the end of the day, with the information you have in front of you, you'll make the right decision, and whether it's pro or not anti-roundabout. I think over time, though, you'll see them creep up to your borders, and you might be the last group in Michigan to do them. But I think you're going to have a very successful track record of roundabouts in Michigan, and you'll eventually take advantage of their capabilities in the right context and advance your city accordingly. Thank you.
Any other comments